Fellas, I'm shot. Long weekend, but the poll results are in. I gotta give them to you, right? So, I made this PowerPoint presentation while I was in school today, and I think you're gonna like what's in it. So let's get right into it, all right? Right off the bat, though, I just want to say that this poll wasn't optimized. I recognize that. It could have been better. In the future, it will be better. For example, answers didn't randomize, so when I asked you to rate the players in the league, it was based off of a list that I was looking at. So if you didn't actually move the person from the bottom up, you're not going to have as accurate a result. There's going to be some skewing there. There's going to be some bias based off the position they were initially ranked. So it's not perfect. We also only got 11 people to respond, which is a lot. That's actually a lot. But overall, that's not massive, so we can't take the results too seriously. But next time, I'll definitely optimize it. I'll make answers better. I'll make it a lot quicker. I don't want the poll to be any more than 5 minutes. Let's get into it, though. Actually, disclaimer. Not all of the votes were counted. Some answers were fucking stupid, and I just axed them. For example, when I asked people to rank their top 10 Pokemon, someone put Golem. Someone also put Pikachu, and a bunch of NFEs. Inner Warrior specifically said he didn't want to give away how he valued Pokemon because it could be used against him advantageously. So he answered dishonestly. I don't even know what to say to that. You guys know Inner Warrior, so I don't even have to say anything, but let's get into the ranks of the Pokemon. As you're looking on screen right now, these are all Pokemon that when I asked you to rank your top 10, that made an appearance in someone's top 10, outside of Golem and Pikachu and all the bullshit. So at the bottom right there, you see Iron Trads. That's supposed to be Iron Treads. I know how to spell. I fucked it up, okay? Iron Treads got the least amount of appearances. It got one appearance, and it was relatively low. I think it was 10. Corviknight had an appearance at like 9. Goldango had like a couple, and then we started to move up. Wo-Chien had multiple appearances. I think Wo-Chien was on 2 or 3 top 10 lists at like the 10th spot. So people actually really like Wo-Chien in this format. The question specifically was the best 10 draft Pokemon. Disclaimer, someone put Mew, someone put like a Thundurus in there or something like that. I took that out because I wanted this to just be Gen 9, but I didn't put that in the question, so don't feel bad if you don't see your Pokemon here. I just wanted to keep it to the Gen 9 available Pokemon in our current draft format. Dondozo made it on one person's list. However, they were number 3 on that list. Someone put Dondozo as the 3rd best Mon draft. I don't think they're necessarily too far off, though. I think maybe I should have had Dondozo on a top 10. Maybe not. Probably have it around 15, but it's a good Mon. That comes out to a first rounder, so I'm out. Masquerada only appeared on one list. But it was the person's number 1 draft Pokemon. You guys could guess who that probably was, but it's there. Dragonite and Garchomp both appeared low on people's lists, but they made them consistently. Or not consistently, but they made them. Now we start to get into Pokemon that were like almost always on a list. Great Tusk was almost always on a list, usually around 8 to 10 range. Roaring Moon, always on a list. Annihilate, always on a list. But if you look right here, you'll see all these people got votes, all the Pokemon with their sprites showing on the graph. But there's a massive difference between them and the next 2 Pokemon. So I really think this was a top 7 heavy draft. If you didn't get a top 7 pick, you didn't get a Pokemon that most people value as a first rounder, really. Like, look at the drop-off between that dot and then Annihilate. It's massive. It's absolutely massive. It's bigger than like 2 times the gap between Annihilate and Iron Treads, which is crazy. Let's see what it is. I wonder what you guys think it is. You probably got some guesses. If a mon hasn't appeared here, it's going to, right? There's certain mons that are monsters, but what is 6 and 7? Boom. Chien Pao came in at number 7. Iron Valiant came in at 6. So some of you guys had Iron Valiant top 2. Iron Valiant, on everyone's board combined and averaged, came out to number 6. So the way I actually calculated this was the way Mario Kart works, where you start out getting more points for the top seed and it gets exponentially lower, and so on, right? So number 1, I think you got 15 points. Number 2, you got 13. Number 3, you got 11. Then 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And obviously there was no 11th seed. So some people actually did put like 10 or 11 mons, and I just kind of split the rank they were at. So if hypothetically they're at a rank that was worth 5, I split that. But not if the one below them is 4. I made it work, is what I'm trying to say here. So Iron Valiant, number 6. Chien Pao, number 7. That's crazy. Not as crazy as the Monster 5, though. These are the undisputed best Pokemon in Gen 9 draft, according to all the people that voted. Fluttermane, God tier, top 1, high and far, best mon. Then we got Bundle. Then we got Chi-Yu, Palafin, Dragapult. Interestingly, Fluttermane led with the most first overalls. I think it had like 4 or 5. Palafin was in second place with 3. Coincidentally, 3 people didn't even put Palafin in the top 10, and Palafin still placed in the Monster 5. So the people that value it highly, value it extremely highly, and some people just don't like it at all. Dragapult consistently was 3 or 4. I think the highest it was 2, and the lowest was like 7. Same thing with Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle, I think, got like 6 second places, but never a first. And never out of the top 10. Chi-Yu was another one that kind of varied. I think some people had it like 3rd, as high as 3rd, and other people had it as low as like 9. So there's a lot of variance there as well. You guys love the Pokemon, but that's not why you're here. You're here for smack talk, and the only way you do that is by looking at the poll and how people placed. So this right here is the poll of how you guys rated everyone's draft. So there's a couple different groups I think we could section people into here. The first one is the bottom 3. We've got Bread. We've got Drew, who coincidentally Circle thinks had the best team. The best team in the league. And we got Beast. So out of the 11 people that voted, Bread had the worst draft. Drew had the 2nd worst draft. And Beast had the 3rd worst draft. But remember, this is not how people expect you to do. This is just based off of the draft exclusively, not battling or so on. Let's see how everybody else drafted. After Beast, we have the below average 7. They're not horrible. They're just below average, and there's 7 people very close to each other. That's Delphin, Braves, myself, Davichi, Inner Warrior, and Stein. In the opposite order that I said them, so Stein's the highest out of that. But these people are all very close to each other, below average 7. Then we start getting somewhere, okay? We have Copy, in a little semi-tier by himself at the 6th seed. Then we've got the Fringe 2, Manny and You Lose, who's Eric. They're the 3 and 4 spot. So Copy's actually 5, my bad. They're the 3 and 4 spot. They are great teams. Most people put them very high, but they're not quite the top 2. Manny likely would have, or top 3 here. What am I looking at? Did I fuck up the things? Oh no, okay. Manny, out of 10 teams, was like top 7. One person put him 16th, and that really weighed him down. I don't know who that was, but Manny would have been a top team otherwise. But the top 3 in terms of draft, how people think they drafted, is Dress Down, no surprise, Woozy, Circle. I think Circle put himself like 11th. But in terms of how people think you drafted, you did pretty well. Now let's go into how people think you finish. So this is where you're going to rank. Again, we got sort of tiers going on here. just looking at this, there's no point in even hiding it. Dress Down was high and far the favorite to win. Out of 11 people that picked that answered this poll, 6 of them put Dress Down first. 2 of them put her second. The other people, they had her like mid, like 6 to 8 or whatever, but 8 out of 11 votes were top 2. 6 of them were 1. Dress Down absolutely high and far dominated this. So I literally just ranked them as Dress Down, Rest of Us, and then Rest of Us but worse. So in the Rest of Us but worse tier, we have Braves, Beast, Delphin, Brad, Drew, DaVinci, and myself. In the next tier, and I'm going to go from best to worst this time, we have Manny, You Lose, Cappy, Stein, Blattle, and Warrior Woozy. So, Dress Down's coming out as the high and far betting favorite right off the bat. Let's go into a little bit, superlative type shit. Best picks. Palafin. Someone said Palafin was the best pick in the draft. Valiant was up there. Fluttermane, Annihilate. Chansey, somebody said was a great pick. Wo Chien, Bagon, I think that was Stein. Sableye, Low Kicks in round 9, someone thought was funny. Garchomp, Ting Lu. So those are all like the value picks, like the best picks in the draft. Worst picks, coincidentally. Palafin, someone said was the best pick, getting Palafin at 4. 2 people said the worst pick was getting Palafin at 4. So extremely polarizing Pokemon. 5 people said Pyroar. I mean, second round Pyro. Like, what the fuck was that? What even was that? Someone says Cinderace first round was bad value. But overall Toedscruel where they went in the 5th round was the worst value in the draft. And Baxcalibur going 17th overall. Someone else really didn't like it. But let's look at the steals of the draft. Coincidentally, the most polarizing Mon shows up again. Not only was it someone's best pick, it's also someone's steal of the draft, getting it with the 4th pick. Then we have Farigiraf. Actually, I didn't say that. I said it for Wish You Could Have Gotten. Farigiraf, somebody put as a steal of the draft, Glamora, Knackle Stack, Garganical. People are very scared of the Salt Mons. Terra Normal plus Inner Warrior. That's interesting. He has all these Terra Normal users. He has Toxicity, Dragonite, Lucario. I'm sure he's got a couple Ghost types on there. It's a very annoying team. Weavile, Arcanine, and Great Value. Grafaiai was Great Value. I think I put that for myself. And then Pokemon people wish you could have gotten. Wo Chien shows up. Golem, too. Golem is not available in Generation 9 right now. Golem is not in Scarlet Violet. Someone was very upset about that, and they wish they could have gotten him. Farigiraf, Sandy Shocks, Chimpao, Fluttermane, Slitherwing, Brewbonnet, Dragalge, Garchomp, and Arboliva. I can't imagine who was upset that Circle took Arboliva. Now we get into some really, really interesting shit here. Who are you most afraid to play? 3 people said Dress Down. 2 people said Air Chomp. 2 people said Woozy. Then each getting a vote each. Stein, Copy, Manny, Delphin, Circle. A lot of teams that people don't want to play. That's a great distribution. I'm really happy about that. Then in terms of best cores, we got 1 vote for Baxcalibur, Meowscarada, and Rotom Wash. I can't imagine who put that. But one person thought that that was the best core in the league. Someone else said that King Gambit plus Garganacl and Terra Flying is the best core, which is Dress Down's going to do some dirty shit with that. Then someone said thank you. Palafin, Volcarona, and Iron Hands was the best core in the league. Now we start getting into double votes. Garchomp, Sylveon, Iron Treads. Voted twice as the best core. That's Dragon Steel Fairy. You got ground types in there, some good attackers, spinners, hazard setters, wish passers, calm minders, baton passers. It does a bunch of shit. Great core. Really good core. But Eric's core. You lose Air Chomp. 6 votes for the screens, plus Rune Legendaries, plus Annihilate. That is the core that people are afraid of. I also asked you guys to put like a little note at the end. just let me know what you're thinking about this whole process and so on. These are the notes you guys left. Most people didn't put anything, and that's fine. You had the choice, but if you wanted to leave anything, here it is. One person said Oshawas will win. I don't know who put that, but I hope they do. I hope they do. Someone said long-ass survey. It's true. There's also a long-ass video. So next time I'll make it shorter. Circle sucks for sniping me, said one user. That may be true. And the last person said, Nick sucks, and Woozy is better than him. Thank you, Manny. Thank you, Manny. I appreciate that. And we're done. Not a long video, but a good video. There's a lot of fun stuff in there. Hope you guys get a kick out of it. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how you think this league is going to go. If anything changes. If any acquisitions have changed. If looking at the matchups, maybe you think something's different. I'm excited, though. I'm excited. Specifically for when Beast gives up and Luke takes over his team because he's back on the grid, apparently. If not, Beast, hang in there. Don't give up your team to lose. Sucks. See you guys in a bit.